Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel for tonight's live stream. We have some mixed weather condition action at Paul Ricard here in Le Mans Ultimate. The new patch update dropped on Monday, version 1.2, I believe it was called. And with it has come some new content, some new quality of life updates, some features, all sorts of various other things, and some revisions to various different physics models, tyre model, rain. It's now slightly different to before, so we're going to do some racing and yeah, see what the new stuff is actually like. So I've not given it a proper go so far this week. So we're just loading into the session now. We'll be in split 1. There's 3 splits in total. The race is going to be an hour and 40 minutes. We've got a 5-minute practice and a 10-minute quali beforehand. But yeah, this should be good fun. We'll be driving the LMP3 car, the new Ginetta, and seeing what that is like. And yeah, also driving Paul Ricard and seeing what these new wet weather conditions are actually like, because I've not actually given them a go in racing conditions as of yet. So yeah, very, very curious to see how everything has changed, and hopefully have some good fun, some good racing in the meantime as well. Hello, Nicholas. Good to see you. Asturbo as well. Hello, hello to you both, and anyone else who's coming and joining here in the live stream. Well, those of you who are watching this back on the VOD, hello to you all as well. Let us know down in the comment section below here if you are watching the VOD. But yeah, we'll go ahead and bring up the game, because there are some notable changes here already, as you can see. There is my webcam group. Cool. Right. That's now everything back up and working, but you can see we now got badges. As you can see, apparently I'm a rookie. I'm new to Le Mans Ultimate, apparently. It's clearly not the case, but either way, I'll take that over being marked as someone who's dangerous or anything else like that. We can see a few other badges here. So the green one, trusted driver, some of the very safest players on the service. So obviously what we're going to be aiming to get. Good driver is there, marked with the thumbs up. So low number of incidents per race. And then I'm guessing rookie is basically those sort of badges who don't have enough races under their belt to have a proper rating. I think you need to have at least 10 races for the system to effectively give you a proper rating. So it bases it off of that last 10, and yeah, that's what it does. That's what it does. So I'm guessing it's not got enough races or enough data on me as of yet. Right, let's go and set everything up here for what I am going to need in the race and qualifying. There's a whole bunch of changes that I'll be making, as you can see, that I have not saved here to the setup. That as is, and everything else there as is. So yeah, I've been doing a little bit of testing here this evening, kind of got a bit of a setup going for the car. Improved it over the standard default setup, and yeah, this will be our first proper time to get any real sort of indication as to what sort of pace this setup actually has, as the practice sessions that I've been doing have been a couple of seconds quicker than other people, but that could quite easily be due to the fact that I've been running lower fuel rather than on full fuel. Other people may be running on full fuel, and obviously creating a bit of disparity and difference there. So let's see how this goes. There are a couple of mats in here, but I'll be friendly and say hi as well. Right, 10 minutes. Does it say how many tyres we've got? 10 tyres in total. Okay. The one question I have looming over this event is how many pit stops are we going to end up doing? Because Well, it looks to be dry. I don't know what the start of the race is going to be like, but it's going to rain at some point during the race, and we will need to change to the wet tyres, and then then we will need to change back to the dry tyres as well. So, yeah, curious as to what that is actually going to be like. Hey, Thorny, or Tommy, sorry. Developer in AC Rally and Le Mans Ultimate. So I'm a developer for AC Rally. I am not a developer for Le Mans Ultimate. Two very separate studios. Studio 397 works on Le Mans Ultimate. Supernova Games works on Assetto Corsa Rally. Right. It looks like pretty much everyone has gone out onto the circuit, so we'll do the same. Fire the car up and get going. One thing I will do though, right, we are very close to the pit entry. That's one thing I did want to check real quick just to see where we are in relation to that. And yeah, down in the bottom right you can see that the badges are also indicated there on the relative as well, which is very useful to have. Right, let's head on to the track. Now, one thing I will say is this Ginetta does feel really, really nice to drive. I haven't tested many other cars, so I don't know whether this is something that's particular to this car or not, but I get a much better sense of what the tyres are doing, especially the front tyres in comparison to previous or prior to the latest update. Now I can kind of feel when the front tyres are starting to scrub. I can feel it in the force feedback. It's very, very light and subtle sort of vibration that is there, but it's quite nicely done. And it's something that I hadn't noticed beforehand. So yeah, as I said, I don't know whether it's something that is particular to this specific car or whether it is something that's now universal across all cars. I just haven't experienced it yet in other cars. Let us know what the audio levels are like, because I'm aware that this car is quite quiet in its V6. I know I've got the music going at the moment, but I'll turn that off in a second. But yeah, if the car's a little bit quiet, I'll turn it up. And likewise, if my voice is a little bit too loud, let me know and I'll turn that down, because it does look like it's not clipping, but it's getting there. We're getting pretty close. Alright, here we go, first flying lap. Alright, so you should be able to hear the car a little bit more clearly now. Alright, let's see what sort of pace everyone has. Let's see what sort of pace I have. Well, one thing to note with these, with this LMP3 car as well, is it's not particularly keen on some of the bumps. So you do have to watch out for those and be careful. Low 2-minute zeros at the moment, which I think I did do in qualifying. In practice, so achievable lap times there. So yeah, just there in that corner I could feel the front tyres just starting to scrub a little bit. So we started putting a little bit more lock on. Really nice subtle effect, which, as I said, I hadn't felt until this update. So more key information as to when you're taking life out of the tyres. That's 7/10 to find at the moment, but both of us were on first flying laps. They were obviously pushing a little bit more than I was for my banker lap. And there's those 7/10. Tyres coming up to temperature a bit more. As you can see, they're not quite fully there yet. Want them 60-65 degrees C for them to actually start providing solid amounts of grip. Really aggressive with that curb on the entry, probably a little bit too much so. As you saw, car bouncing. Oh dearie me. Just about managed to save that, stop it from coming around on us and murdering the tyres. Right. I've got enough for 2 more laps. Maybe 3 if we lift for 1. But we're only going to have time for 2 more laps. Bit too aggressive on the top there, coming off the exit of turn 2. Again, that corner just wanted to unsettle the car quite a lot. Nasty bump right on the apex of the curb. Right. See if we can nail these 2 corners this time around. It's better. That one's quite tricky, as it's almost blind. Pretty much is blind, shall I say. A little bit deep there. Alright, good improvement, but we're still half a second off. better. Don't think it's going to be quick enough for pole. Give it a good go, though. Didn't think I was going to be able to keep it flat that time. Murder in front tires. Yeah, not quite enough. Never mind. Still, P4, that's pretty good. Happy with that. Right. Let's go full tank of fuel. And very quickly go to leave. Be right back. Alright, we are back. Yeah, full tank of fuel, and we'll take wally tyres. I think that's going to be the way to go. There's no racing point. Not in this.
Formation lap has started.
Have I got a stint times? Like that. Ah, it's literally just starting to rain now. Interesting. Alright. Here we go. Trying to get ourselves ready. Excuse me. Right, let's get ready for this start. Okay, here we go. An hour and 40 minutes. About to get underway.
Green flag, green flag.
But that was not a good reaction to the lights. And it was a poor shift up into first gear as well. Hold on to the position for now, though. Try not to run too wide. Oh, it's a good thing that I was out wide there. Spinner on the inside. Not entirely sure where we are for position. I think we're in P3. Someone's showing that someone's marked ahead and a minute and 45 seconds up the road on wet tyres. But that doesn't look right. So, we shall see. Hey, Dot. Astabo asking if many people have been fired from Straight 4, the old colleagues. Yeah, I know there's a few who have unfortunately been let go. Don't know the exact amount and who exactly. I know of about 4 or 5 people who have said that they've been let go, made redundant. I did also see a thing on Reddit saying that Austin Ognoski has also left Straight 4 Studios. He apparently posted or replied to a YouTube comment saying that he'd left them. How much truth there is in that, I don't know. But yeah, the situation isn't good over there. Either way, reasonable first lap. And we're pretty close to the 2 cars in front, which is good. Timing board's still bugging out though. And at the moment, still drive that drier normal racing line, LMP2. Get some slipstream off of them. So yeah, I'm really intrigued as to how this wet weather is going to evolve over the next coming laps and see how much things are different. Hey Yorkie, can you explain the circle top right and what the little bars mean? So the circle up in the top right is a track map. I'm using race labs, and when they don't have a track map for the circuit that we're racing on, it defaults to the circle instead. And then the bars, I'm assuming you're talking about the ones in the middle of the screen. We've got the throttle and obviously brake, and it shows the traces there. And then down in the bottom right, I do have tiny pedal visible. Usually I turn tiny pedal off for the actual races, but I accidentally left it on after my practice and testing. So you can see there the ride heights on all 4 corners. Hey Sunday Driver, how's it going? But yeah, that should be an explanation of everything that you can see, I think. Very much using these cars in front as a bit of a guide as to how much grip there actually is. Because this event has been running for the last 3 evenings. This is the 3rd night that the event's been running, and I've not participated in it at all, nor have I watched anyone else like Jade or anyone like that actually race this. So I know that the weather conditions change, but I don't know how much and roughly at what points, and those two are proper leaning on each other right now. Yeah, things are about to get very spicy and interesting. Turn the windscreen wiper on, just so we can see a little bit clearer. As you can see, windscreen wiper doesn't do the entirety of the windscreen, but does enough. That's the important bits. they're dropping it. Almost dropping it. Almost found a way through, but I'm not too worried about pushing hard and trying to force my way through at the moment. Just because I quite like the fact that I've got two cars here in front of me to kind of gauge the grip levels off of. Yeah, Adam. LMU is looking really nice. Good graphics, decent lighting. Hopefully they improve the night lighting at some point. So I think that is one area that it does kind of fall flat. It goes a bit weak. The track is starting to get wetter now as well. I can actually feel it. Definitely losing temperature in the tyres. Don't have to deviate from the line as of yet. Still follow the cars in front pretty good. Ah! That's good to know. I say it's interesting looking at people's various names. As they change from different platforms. Oh dear, they're killing each other. Yep, they're dead. Don't know what the hell was going on there between those two, but that has gifted us the lead. So now it's just a case of, right, trying to feel the grip as to when the optimal point for jumping into the pits is going to be. I guess I can keep an eye on Hughes. He's there in P8. Is on wet tyres already. 30 seconds back. I mean, it's getting to the point of... yeah, needing wet tyres. I should have boxed. So that would have been the optimal lap. So yes, whilst we've got freebies, I think we may lose a bit of time here. I'll do my best not to. But it may be the case that we do. Doesn't feel like there's a wet line as of yet. Just feels like there's a lack of grip, which there definitely is, as you can see. Oh, come on. It's settling. Just gotta be ultra smooth. Yeah, he's not really gaining that much at the moment, which is good. So hopefully we can survive this without any drama. Oh, that bit of a dry line that I could just about see has just disappeared. Yeah, make it back to the pit lane without any issue. Yeah, now they're starting to gain time. Understeer, tyres are just scrubbing. This is going to be a big penalty unless I can clear this. A drive-through, just for skirting the line on the outside there. Ah, that's really frustrating. But never mind. This is a special race. Sunday driver. It's going to be really, really costly. Really costly. Got how short the pit stop was. Right, narrow and wets. See what we can do about trying to rescue this race. Ah, very good door, very good. Right, we are still in third place at the moment. Can someone double check for us? Did Hughes start on wet tyres? If you can double check that, that would be great. So I think they might have, and if they did, they will have ruined or taken quite a bit of life out of their wet tyres in the opening laps. So we would have a tyre advantage in that case. Ah, he was on mediums at the start, okay. Thank you. I was going to say, as far as I knew, everyone was on mediums. But yeah, cheers for the useful information, guys. Appreciate it. Understeer. Just feel it all the way through that corner. So yeah, I'm not going to pit yet. I'm going to keep on circulating for another lap or two. Try and stretch myself out from the rest of the pack behind. Yeah, so we're going to do it on the next lap. Went back, peered for wet straight away. Okay. Still useful to know. So, I appreciate that. Thank you. This car does not want to turn in the wet weather. So, with this latest update, you are meant to be driving off the normal dry line in order to get the majority of the grip in the wet conditions. However, at the moment, a better, more grippy line is the normal racing line, because it looks visibly drier. But it'll be interesting to see whether that does change over the course of the race or not, or whether it's more the case that there wasn't enough dry weather running beforehand to get enough rubber down onto the circuit on the traditional dry line to produce the wet line effect. Right, no issues this time coming into the pit lane. Hopefully we don't lose too much time, too much ground with this. I know we will lose some, but I'm hoping that we come back out in 5th. That's where I'm kind of predicting. Which one do I prefer, the Ginetta or the Ligier? I've not driven the Ligier in a while. This Ginetta does feel really nice though, I will say that. It feels nicely controllable. I've been getting on with it pretty well. Do kind of need to do a bit more back-to-back testing, as it were, to see and figure out which of the two cars I like and which of the two cars I'll probably end up taking for the next ELMS championship, because it's LMP2, LMP3 and GT3s this time, rather than just LMP2s and GT3s like it was last season. So I'll probably race the LMP3 this season, because that's what I wanted to do, and in the WEC Experience online championship we'll take the GT3s. But yeah, I'll need to do some testing to see whether we go with the Ligier or Ginetta. At the moment I'm leaning towards Ginetta, mainly because it looks better. And I'm liking the way it drives at the moment, but it needs to be seen whether there's an actual difference in pace between the two cars. Track is definitely getting wetter. 25.5 seconds to the race leader. Let's see if we can actually catch him. I mean, we're definitely catching the cars in front. As we come out of the pit lane, that is, obviously. It's definitely wetter now than it was in testing as well. Or practice, shall I say. Very wet and slippery there. I'm going to need to watch out for that. Just about managed to save it. Yeah, hopefully it does come to console fairly soon. Or we get some news as to when it will be coming to console. Just trying to be nice and smooth and steady through these wet conditions here. So there are places where I was feeling a little bit more skittish. To 17.0 by the race leader. I-217 for us. Okay. We did have a very, very big moment here, though, on that last lap, so... be smoother this time, and hopefully we'll be much closer to that 17-0 again. Someone's taken out the... God, the 150 board, and that's thrown breaking points out for a number of us. Come on, grip. Definitely going well. I think we did gain some ground on this lap, though. 3 attempts on the race leader, that is. So we just need to keep being nice and smooth. Nope, car's gone. Definitely getting more tricky now. It's a little bit frustrating because we're gaining some good ground on the other cars around us. Not damaged the tyres too badly, so that's fine. Just some time loss. So this is a multi-class race. There are LMP2s and GT3s. Oh, we've not come across the GT3s as of yet. Obviously we saw the LMP2s at the start, and there's been 1 or 2 that have filtered their way through in and around the pit stop that we made. Right, let's get back on it. Let's have a nice clean lap here. Almost went again. Yeah, that's probably to do with the way that I was picking up the throttle. And also shifting the weight there as well between turns 1 and 2. So it just need to be smoother. More patient with the throttle. Feels like I'm being caught by the 2 cars behind as well. They got some good pace. We need to watch out for them. Feels like there's good grip there on the inside, taking that sort of line. However, it does make the corner very, very tight. I think Hughes had a spin on that lap. Did a 228. Oh, that's very wide for us. That's tidy up. Car behind's definitely got a bit more confidence in these wetter conditions. We are starting to find our feet a bit as well, but yeah, we do have some good pace. How's the update for the rain? It's hard to tell at this point because it doesn't really feel like it's changed much. It does. There are certainly, granted, some differences. Definitely feels a bit more like there's more depth to it in comparison to before. And it is more tricky. And yeah, the guy behind is using wet lines in those last two corners. So we'll keep an eye out for that. No. That's a big one as well. Hopefully that's not too much damage to the front. Definitely got flat spots on the tyres now though. Thought I had it gathered back up again, but evidently not. Come on, Yorkie, focus. Making silly errors here. Not that wide. Yeah, it is quite tricky, these conditions. So it doesn't really feel like there's grip anywhere. So at the moment I'm just trying to drive the traditional line because that's where everyone else is driving. So in theory it should be the drier, more grippy part of the circuit, but some places where it's really quite tricky and treacherous. You need to make curbs more slippery, so you don't want to be touching them at all. There are some places where I do want to be avoiding touching the curbs even now, but that's mainly due to the bumps on the curbs rather than how slippy they are. Oh, even P1 and GT3 is just behind us. 4.5 seconds. We are now quite way back from the leader. But it kind of shows if you're having a bad race in LMP3, you're going to be pretty close to GT3s. Yeah, 50 seconds off the leader. Still, let's see if we can get P2. Or back onto the podium. That would be the ideal. So we have good pace in the dry. We just need to survive and endure the wet more than anything. I am liking, though, the fact that there's a bit more than just what it was previously, where it was basically just lower grip. It's nice that there is a bit more depth and dynamicness to it. It's not quite as straightforward anymore as just driving to lower grip conditions. Here. I knew I was going to send it there, so well, I might as well just give him the room and let him go. Oh, the understeer. When does this rain stop? Still going for the next 10 minutes. This is where I wish I had the LMP2 engine, because I would have been past this BMW before this corner. But we're going to have way more downforce than them, as you can see. It's the interesting thing with the LMP3 versus the GT3 is straight line speed is pretty similar. Someone in a Red Bull livery. I only mean bad things. When anyone in a racing sim is using a livery of a real world team. Mainly Formula 1 teams. You know that spells trouble. We're okay. Oh, someone's had a moment up in front. Gap's gone from 11 seconds down to 8.5. Does feel like the track's starting to dry up a little bit. It's getting faster. Yeah, Hughes is really struggling now. Or so are others. Including ourselves. Car getting a little hairy in a couple of spots. All you need to do is make sure they get past these two fairly quickly when we actually close up on them. Pretty unorthodox move, but Making it work. One. P3's 9 seconds up the road. Can do that. P2's not going to be too much further beyond them either. That was pretty close though. Okay, P215 is what we need to be doing. P15's doing 215s as well. P3, sorry. Oh, sorry, P2. P2's doing 215s. Definitely see that drying line starting to form. have to say, the livery of the car in front is very BS competition. Like, I know it's not them, because one, it's devoid of sponsors, two, BS competition has zebra stripes, not checker flag pattern. The design is very, very similar. Hey Jensen, how's it going? Got that one horribly wrong. Brake too early, turned in too early. There we go, car running them now. Generic racing, they're called. I'm here, buddy. But we're through. It certainly does feel like it's behaving a lot more realistically as the wet weather now in comparison to how it did before. It just progresses a lot more naturally than it did, and visually looks a lot more realistic in terms of the drying line. It's starting to appear a bit more now than it did before. And it's there, like, feeling-wise as well. You can definitely tell it's the faster, more grippy line. Oh, he spun himself on the GT3. Well, that's relieved the pressure that was there behind. So now we can turn the wiper off. We don't need that. It's only going to be when we're in the spray. Are we going to get any raindrops on the car? Definitely feel the track is continuing to grip up more, as mentioned. However, offline, it's very, very slippery and treacherous. So it's definitely way too early for slicks at this point. See now actually the different stages of the drying line as well. That's cool and good to see. So it's not one flat dryness across the width of the dry line. It actually varies. Some bits are drier than others. So the next question is, how dry is it going to get? And when is going to be the right time to pit? Because as you can see, even just venturing offline a little bit from that dry line, it's very, very wet. Surprised as to how slow that LMP2 was accelerating off the corner there. Oh, it's a lot of curb. Oh, the car still wants to go a little bit there. This is cool though. Seeing the difference in wetness. And seeing it naturally progress and evolve. This actually looks to be very well done. There we go, through. Oh, big wiggles though. I'd say so, Jensen. This is really quite cool and enjoyable at the moment. Right, let's hunt down E3. 5.5 seconds. So that clear dry line through here has completely disappeared. Oversteer. That's what we're hoping for, Chris. Yeah, some spots are still not dry enough yet for slicks. Don't do that. So don't look at the brakes. Another thing I don't want to be doing. This is so cool. Visually seeing where the dryer patches are is so nice. Okay, we need to catch and shaft a little bit more now. Oh, he's dying. Not too far away from slick weather. Oh, shaft spun off on the left there. I saw a yellow flag, and then I saw at the corner of my eye a car over on the left. Did wonder, and lo and behold, was indeed them. So we're now up into P3. Okay, we can't break that late into the corner. I reckon we can take that flat out now. Oh dear. Oopsie daisy. That's made my life a little bit more difficult. Sorry. Didn't mean to resume your music there. Right, I just need to get back close to these two again. Here in front. I'll be back in shout and in chance of a podium. Yep, indeed, door. Quite the learning experience, that's for sure. There we go. I can actually brake at that point that I've been wanting to. Oh, someone's gone for the slicks. Very close, but I think it's too early. Knew I should have just gone. Two people have gone for slicks in the LMP3 class, are in P9 and P10. Nope, we're going to need to hit again. We'll take on fuel, shall I say. So we've got just under 11 laps worth of fuel. At the moment it's saying I need another 3.2 laps worth of fuel to get to the end, but obviously if people jump to slicks, pace is going to increase. That's going to change. Things getting interesting there. Yep, one day, Dor, one day. The funny thing is, I'm pretty sure I've unplugged everything and re-plugged it all back in. And it's still doing it. So maybe there's a USB driver or something that needs updating. So I'm not sure what's causing it. It must be so close for slicks now. Oopsie daisy. Now it's starting to get some pace. Only just made it past the GT3. Jeez. Almost missed my braking point there as well. What do we reckon, guys? Should we gamble? Jump this lap? I think it's perhaps maybe worth a roll of the dice. Yeah, P2's in. Let's do it. This guy's going in as well. Oh, come on. That pit entry is ridiculous. They're going to need to sort that. Right, I've got just 1 lap's worth of fuel over. So I may have gone short here. Oh, they've done exactly the same. So this shall be interesting now. But I reckon it's dry enough. Slicks, it's just, can we stay on that dry line? Can we get the heat and temperature into the tyres? Otherwise, that's going to happen. He's letting me go, thank you. Try and get some heat going. This is one place where I cannot be going out wide onto the wet stuff. And that guy may have slicks already up to temperature. Or it might actually be on wets. Yep, that's the race leader, so it's on wets. So now he's got an interesting measuring stick in that he can use me as a gauge as to whether slicks or wets are the choice. Thing is, he has a slight advantage in the sense that he can go offline, I can't. I need to be pinpoint accurate. Hopefully he pits here. Yes. sod off, mate. Oh, is it starting to get there? Not quite there yet. Oh. Looked in the rearview mirror mid-corner. Bad idea. Because I've not done enough races under the new system. So it doesn't have a proper reading on me as of yet. Therefore, I am a rookie. Even though I'm Silver 3. Oh, this is going to be tight. So he has come out ahead. However, he is on very cold tyres. And has no idea for the level of grip. Oh, of course. Fucking... Red Bull. Liveried LMP2 getting in the way. That's definitely a first gear corner. Yeah, they were, but probably only for a few weeks. And before the patch, there was the 24-hour race, and well, actually only one online championship race that I was doing per week. So I'd given up on the GT championship. I wasn't really doing that at the end, so it's just the European Le Mans series. So they probably only got, at most, depending on how far back they've gone, probably 4 or 5 races on me. So I don't do daily races. The only races that I do are online championships and special events. So with the frequency of those, they've probably not got that many races recorded from me. I did have a crash though at Le Mans. So there is that. Okay, the conditions aren't quite there for full 100% throttle through that corner. Bye-bye rear wing. Well, that's a little bit frustrating. Saying they can give me new mediums all around? Really? Oh dear. I think, Hogsy, I think you need 10 races in total. And 92% on the rear. Well, that's throwing away a podium. Never mind. How long have we got? Just under 10 minutes. Yeah, the badges is a good idea. And they've done it well. I was a little bit concerned initially, but it seems to be working very, very nicely so far. In terms of separating people out, that is. Yeah, thanks for almost killing me. Alright. See how many more places we can regain. If any. Alright, 10 seconds. Temperature's not quite there in the tyre yet. Temperature's not quite there in the tyre yet. Alright, starting to catch him. Oh, too deep, way too deep. Better. Still, a little too late. Ah, Schwartz has got to drive through. There we go, that's made things easier. Too much gap. Alright, let's see if we can get fastest lap of the race. 59.6. It's the fastest lap set by the race leader. Nope, too much. Oopsie daisy. Well, we tried. I knew as soon as I turned in, it was like, nah, I've gone in too hot. It's going to be too much on the front, and the rear's not going to stick. Otherwise, we would have been on for a 59.9. Wave to the crowd. What crowd? There's some marshals over there, but that's about it. Oh dear. Well, not the race that I wanted. Should have been a podium. Should have been a podium. But still, it was good fun and a lot learned in that race, which is always nice. I'm going to save this. There you go, version 3. Yeah, that was quite good fun and pretty enjoyable. What time is it? 9:05. Okay. Yep, lost some rating as I thought so. So we've gone from silver 3 down to silver 2. But still, it is what it is. It's good fun nonetheless. And then yeah, we went backwards in the race. Even got beaten by the GT3. Jeez. I mean, we did have 2 additional runs through the pit lane that wasn't meant to, so not too surprising there. But hey ho, still good fun. Enjoyed that one. All right, that is, ladies and gents, going to be it for this evening. We're not going to take a look at the replay because I want to head off and spend some time with the wife. But yeah, thank you very much everyone for tuning in. As things will be kicking off next Tuesday is when the online championships race the next season will start, and we'll be doing the usual Thursday and Monday nights. So next Thursday will be the next time that we will be racing again. Hello Graham. Not yet. New league starts next Thursday, and then the following Monday will be the next one. So the 22nd will be the start of the other championship. But yeah, those will be the dates. I'll try and do a live stream next Monday. It depends if there's anything good to actually race and actually cover. But yeah, otherwise, thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. Hope you have yourselves a good weekend. Until the next time, have fun, stay safe, take care.